Today I'm going to show you 3 easy ways to pickle ginger. These traditional pickles are easy to make and they can be very effective condiments to overcome poor digestion, bloating and gas and to build immunity. We'll be making ginger pickle in lime juice, ginger pickle in brine and the Japanese pickled ginger curry. My name is Shrikant Singh and welcome to our channel Happy Belly Fish. In traditional eating practices around the world, raw food and pickles were considered to be a part of your cooked meal. Raw foods and fermented foods have active enzymes, so eating these in certain tiny amounts along with your cooked meals can be very beneficial for your gut health. They reduce the strain on your gut in digesting the food. So rather than going completely on raw diet, which in my opinion is an extreme step, small amounts of raw food such as salads, fruits or pickles like these must be eaten either before the meals or along with the meals. Pickles and fermented foods especially make it easier to follow this routine. You make them once and have them for weeks. And because we are going to pickle ginger, it is important not to confuse ginger with turmeric or galangal at the time of buying. These are of the same family. They look quite similar at times from the outside, but each has its own bioactive compound with its own benefits. So make sure you do not end up with the wrong type. The ginger I'll be using for this recipe is fresh ginger, or what is also known as common ginger. Ginger that you buy from the supermarket is thoroughly cleaned, but if you end up with ginger like this that is covered in wet soil, then you will have to clean it yourself multiple times. The soil increases the shelf life of ginger after it is harvested, so it stays outside without refrigeration for much longer than the ginger that is washed clean and is available on the shelves of the market. This is the type of ginger I often get in India from the local markets, and it is very fresh, very juicy, and it is my preferred choice of ginger. We'll wash all this ginger thoroughly at least 2 or 3 times. It is a lot of ginger, but I'm going to be making several recipes with them, 3 of which I'm going to show today. In some of my other recipes, I was often asked if it is necessary to peel the ginger. Yes, and that is because the skin is quite often fibrous and hard. It can affect the texture and the color of any recipe that you're making with ginger. But when you're peeling, don't use a potato peeler. You will lose a lot of good bits of ginger. Use a knife or a spoon to get the job done. If you're using baby ginger that is hardly having any rough outer skin, then you do not have to peel it. Just a gentle rub under running water will do. I prefer knife because I can cut some of the tricky parts of the ginger as I peel or scrape them. The skin is something that you can add to your compost pot or just discard them. Depending on where you stay in the world, the ginger you get will vary in appearance, size, spiciness and the color of flesh inside. Whatever the ginger variety may be, they will all work in the recipes that I'm going to show you today. The outcome will be less or more spicy and may vary in color, but they will all have the same therapeutic effect. Now, before we dive into the recipes, if you're new to our channel, do consider subscribing and support us with you know what to do buttons. So let's make the first recipe. The first pickle we'll be making is the ginger pickle made with lemon juice and salt. Grate the ginger using a mandolin into fine juliennes. You can also use a knife. It is a much slower but a safer process. Slice up to 1 cup of ginger juliennes and place the ginger in a mason jar. Add between half to 1 tablespoon of salt and mix it nicely with the ginger. Use non-iodized salt such as pink Himalayan salt, kosher salt or pickling salt. Now soften the lemons by applying some pressure on them and squeeze the juice. Make sure that the seeds do not end up in the jar when you're squeezing the juice out. They will end up making the pickle taste bitter. You will need roughly half a cup of lemon juice. Add it to the jar with ginger and mix everything. Ensure that the ginger is submerged in the juice. The salt will help in releasing a lot of ginger juice, and lemon juice will help in preserving and muting the sharp flavors of ginger. That is from the perspective of how it tastes. But the ingredients together will kickstart your digestion. If you know that you have weak digestion, you often end up feeling bloated within 10 minutes of eating, then have a tablespoon of this pickle about 10 minutes before food. And if you feel it's too salty or too acidic, you can always add more ginger to adjust the taste. This pickle will turn pink in color after a few hours due to a chemical reaction. Keep it on the counter for 2 to 3 days and then place it in a refrigerator for it to last for a couple of weeks. Now, some of us may not like the sour, acidic taste of lemon juice, so the same pickle can be made just like how you make sauerkraut by brining it. In this recipe, we'll be preparing fermented ginger pickle with only two ingredients, salt and ginger. That's how simple pickling can be. For this recipe, I'm going to grate the ginger first. If you grate along the grain, then you will reduce the loss of juices and not end up with fibrous ginger leftovers. Once grating is done, weigh the ginger. I'm going to pickle about 200 grams of ginger. If you're using a knife or mandolin, then slice as thinly as possible. Add between 1 or 2 teaspoons of salt to ginger and mix everything nicely. Use your hands or masher to get as much juice out as possible. Now it's time to bottle this up. So as you add the salted ginger along with its juices into the bottle, keep pressing it so that the ginger stays submerged. Keep this bottle outside for up to 3 days if you are staying in a warm country and up to a week if the temperatures are low where you're staying. Once again, you will need to remember to burp these jars once a day. Place the jar in a happy place, the refrigerator, to slow down the fermentation. This pickle is not sour, but it can be quite sharp and spicy in flavor, but it will mellow down as the fermentation progresses. You can take them just like how you will take the previous pickle in small doses. 1 or 2 teaspoons is usually enough for people with weak digestion. The enzymes will help in faster movement of food out of the stomach. Alright, now let's make something that is loved by many, something more exotic and a little more complex. The third recipe is ginger curry, the famous Japanese ginger pickle that you get alongside wasabi when you eat sushi. To make this pickle, you will need ginger, salt, rice vinegar and sugar. The ginger typically used for this is baby ginger that is still white and it has pink fingers. This is the type of ginger that is not easily available everywhere. So the common ginger that you get in the supermarket will also work. It may not give you the pink color, but it still tastes great. In the traditional recipe, rice vinegar is used, but you can use apple cider vinegar or any other affordable, locally available vinegar. I'm going to use coconut vinegar, which is most affordable and commonly available vinegar here. It's just slightly on the sour side. For this pickle, ginger needs to be very thinly sliced. Use a mandolin with horizontal blades or a good knife to get the results you want. But mandolin works the best. I use a fork to hold the ginger when slicing it with a mandolin. These utensils are great, but they can also grate your fingers quite easily, which is not such a great thing. You can see the difference between the ginger slices. The one that is cut with a knife is quite thick, and the ginger that is sliced with mandolin is quite thin, like paper thin wafers. Once again, we will use 200 grams of sliced ginger for this recipe. The next step is to blanch the ginger. Blanching will stop the enzymatic action and it helps in preserving the texture, flavor and color. Bring 500 ml of water to boil in a saucepan. Add the ginger to the boiling water and cook it for about 3 minutes. If you want to reduce the spiciness of ginger even more, then you can go for up to 5 minutes. After about 3 minutes in boiling water, drain the ginger into a large pot and put the ginger slices in cold water. This will cool the ginger quickly and prevent further cooking. Once the water has been drained, press the ginger slices between your hands to squeeze the water out as much as possible. Place the ginger from which you have squeezed the water out in another bowl. All the water that you have used to blanch the ginger and to cool, you can mix them and store it for other purposes. I will show you what you can do with this water in my next video. Now add 1 tablespoon of salt to this ginger and set it aside for a few minutes while we prepare the vinegar in which we are going to preserve this ginger. Take a saucepan and add about 1 cup of rice vinegar. That is the preferred vinegar, but like I said earlier, you can also add ACV or other natural vinegars that you have locally available. Add about 6 tablespoons of sugar, refined or unrefined, whatever you have. Cook on medium heat so that the sugar dissolves completely. Remove the saucepan from the heat and allow it to cool completely. And while it cools, squeeze the water out from the ginger to which you had added the salt. And start placing the squeezed out ginger in a bottle. The salted ginger water is something that you can drink in small doses. It's quite salty, but you can take 1 teaspoon of it to improve your digestion. So almost nothing except the peels gets thrown away when you make this recipe. Now add the vinegar and sugar solution to the bottle in which you had kept the ginger, and make sure you completely submerge the ginger. And your curry is ready. Keep this curry for 1 or 2 days outside and then place it in a refrigerator where it can last for a few days. You can have it instantly, or you can wait for a few days, 2 or 3 days, and then have it for a much more complex flavor. And don't preserve these for an eternity. Make sure you eat them regularly or even every day. It is something that you can crank up your digestive engine with. So think of how you can add this to your salads or have as a side with your meals. Add it to your sandwiches. If you feel bloated or have nausea, then a teaspoon or two can help in bringing relief. Ginger is also quite an effective remedy for morning sickness. If you come out of a large free brunch where you couldn't stop eating, then you can finish your meals with these. In the next video, I'll be showing you how you can use ginger in all its various forms as a home remedy for several common problems. I hope that you have enjoyed this video and that you will make at least one of them. Let me know in the comments how it turned out, and I will see you soon in the next video.